Just a minute, sir. First of all, I would like to welcome all the keynote speakers, the joint organizers of this conference, all the participants for this international conference on science, technology, and educational practices. For this conference, we have been working with different institutions. One of them is, say, Gorontalo State University, Indonesia. Uh, Professor Abdul is the representative. Dr. Abdul is with us. So we welcome you, sir. Then Sliving Academy Pakistan was also uh, one of the uh, one of the key pillars who has been supporting us for organizing this conference. And Eurasia Conference and Noeter Publication is hosting this conference along with the Gorontalo State University, Indonesia, and Sliving Academy, Pakistan. So I welcome all the dignitaries, and I request Dr. Parmita ma'am to open the session. Ma'am, I think ma'am has presentation. So how to share that? Either we need to take the presentation at our end, or we need to give her the rights. So Dr. Bhatti, I request you, please look after it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. This is showing only the host can share the screen. So should I send the presentation?
Dr. Bhatti, if
Yes. Mail.
ma'am is not the host of this presentation. So shall I ask her to send you the presentation, or can we make her host for some time or co-host for some time?
To me? You're asking to me, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm asking to you. Ma'am is unable to share the presentation as she is not a host.
Okay. Uh,
We need to make her co-host.
okay. I'm just going to make her the host.
No,
Yeah.
no. Actually,
Friends, in this 21st century also we are facing a lot of issues. So it means there is scope for improvement, there is scope for the research. Uh, being technocrats and being the intellectuals, it is our responsibility now to overcome these problems in coming future. Security is one of the issue which I have identified where we can work. Apart from that, connectivity is still the issues in different countries. That's what we can understand out of it. Now I request Professor Bhatti, if you are ready with the presentation,
Yes,
please
I'm
you
ready.
can start, sir. Please.
Yes, sir, I'm ready. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. And good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the Ravin Chovi for providing this chance to give a keynote talk over here. Currently, I'm working in the Islamic University of Bahawalpur, and the topic of my presentation is respected audience. You have ever heard the questions? Have you such sort of the statements? I hate speaking English in front of the class. My heart starts beating faster every time my teacher asks me a question. I am ashamed of speaking English because of my accent. I get upset that I just can't verbalize when I'm thinking. People might think I'm stupid because I can't express my thoughts. So these are the questions which are going to clarify my topic, analyzing the impact of speech anxiety on students' speaking skills at elementary level. That was a survey. I would like to move towards the intro. Actually, language is a social activity to communicate with others. It shapes our identity. It reflects the social values, religion, physical environment, and culture of a society. It makes the interaction easy and possible. well-known educationist A.G. Jimson said, if we want to improve or get a mastery over any language, we should have 100% command over its accent and 90% over its grammar and 10% over its vocabulary. So these are the aspects of a language. That is integrated model for language skills formula. Basically, listening and reading are the input. The teacher is going to make the students listen and read, and the speaking and the writing are the output. If we talk about the importance of the language, it comes next to food. It means that is the means of social control. That is God's special gift to mankind. It is a flesh and blood of human culture. It makes us different from the animals. The current status of English language is that it has become the language of science and technology. It is a personal passport. It is a window on the world. It is an international language. It is a language of high courts and the market value and higher examinations as well. Teaching English in Pakistan is having fourfold aims: listening comprehension, reading comprehension, speaking ability, and writing ability. Importance of basically speaking skills comes after the listening. Every speaker needs a listener. Without it, we can't get proper place in the society, and it is the basic necessity of human beings. Language is what we speak. If we talk about the importance of speaking skills, everywhere we have to speak. No conscious effort is required. Students also want to speak English, but they feel shy. They first listen to the teacher and then they speak. Speaking a language is always daunting at first. Speak clearly, simply, and slowly is a core concern. Anxiety is one of the conceivable features of second language learning, a subjective feeling of tension, apprehension, nervousness, and worry, a state of uncertainty which affects mental as well as physical state. Sweating, forgetfulness, palpitation, and difficulties in language learning interferes without the learning a language, the performance of the learners. Anxiety is one of the conceivable features as well. And foreign language anxiety, a distinct complex of self-perceptions, beliefs, feelings, and behaviors related to classroom learning arising from the uniqueness of the language learning process. That is, an anxious students tend to overstudy. Their course grades often don't reflect their effort. The sources of anxiety of speaking target language in front of the peers, teacher-centered classroom, fear of losing oneself, and making errors. Language anxiety, basically communication apprehension, fear of negative social evaluation, and the test anxiety. There are three kinds of the anxiety: trait, state, and situation specific. The significance of the study is that it will add a valuable contribution to the existing view of knowledge about anxiety. Findings can be used to facilitate the students to discover appropriate strategies to overcome anxiety problems. Now I would like to move towards the literature review. How do I know what I think until I see what I say? Speech is power. It is to produce, persuade, to convert, to compel. Speech is the most important aim in language teaching. Anxiety is a horrible feeling, just as fear. Anxiety is a complex and multi-dimensional phenomena. The objectives of my study were to investigate the levels of speech anxiety at elementary level, to investigate the sources of anxiety at elementary level, and to improve the speaking skills of the students. The hypothesis of my work was that students experience high level of speech anxiety in English language classes. 100 students and 20 teachers from Bahawalpur division participated in this study. It was a descriptive type of research based on quantitative approach, and random sampling was done. Questionnaires were used as a tool to collect the data from the respondents. That was a questionnaire which I used to collect the data from the respondents. And these are the factors which I deduced from their responses. Importance of spoken English, that was 80%. Use of spoken English activities, 70%. Authentic material use was 80%. The pictures was 90, and confidence developed, that was 90. And that is the data analysis and the graphic description. Now I'd like to move to the conclusions. No teacher can guarantee that a class will be anxiety free. However, teachers should be aware of trying to minimize the anxiety in the classroom to strengthen language learning efficiency. For further research, there is a need for empirical evidence concerning how effective anxiety reducing techniques are in second language learning classrooms. Teachers are encouraged to be aware of students' anxiety about language learning to better help them manage their anxiety. Learners feel more at ease and willing to be engaged in oral activities if there is a more relaxing environment in the classroom. Now, there are some suggestions and recommendations from my side. Teachers should lay emphasis on English as a medium of instruction in the English language class. And teachers should promote interactive techniques while teaching English, especially the speaking skills. The teacher should choose activities which are appropriate and not too difficult for the students. And the teacher should present these activities in an enjoyable, relaxed, and comprehensive way. For the enrichment of speaking skills, teachers should cultivate English communication culture within the classroom, and students should be encouraged and motivated to speak and respond in English with their class fellows as well. And some refresher courses should be done for the better teaching. And thanks for joining me. And any question, please?
It has been always great to hear you, to listen you, Dr. Bhatti.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Because I had been there for last 2-3 presentations.
So thank you, sir.
Yeah. If any queries from audience side are there, you are requested to ask if any queries.
Yes, it is a wonderful delivery. I just wanted to know if language is something that can be taught in the class, or it is something that can be learned by the learner themselves.
So nice of you for your very nice question. Actually, in my point of view, the written is taught while the spoken is caught. If the teacher is going to present or provide a linguistic atmosphere in the class and he makes his students listen most of the time, then they definitely the students will try to copy the teacher, and especially his accent. It matters a lot. Teachers should try to communicate properly, pronounce properly, and he should provide the proper atmosphere in the class so the spoken can be improved. Because the students feel anxiety when they are not going to listen to their teacher well. The teacher, most of the time, if the teacher is going to use the mother tongue, then the students are unable to understand the second language. For learning in second language, the teacher should provide the linguistic atmosphere and he should focus on that.
Right, right. Means imitation is one of the approaches we follow since beginning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, right.
Because
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
the more you listen, the more you speak.
Right, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So nice of you.
There